Hello, everybody. This is Charles Anderson. I'm just a guy from Goodwill, and I've got a really great video game idea. And this is my next part in the JMonkey Engine Java Basics tutorial series. It's part 11, Classes+1. Yeah, in the last one, I was like, oh, I had forgotten the proper way to work with arrays, and because I do shoot from the hip, I allow myself to make mistakes. So, hey, take advantage of it. Uh, Here's the correction so that it'll flesh in working with this stuff better. So yeah, continuing on from the last one, of course, the prerequisite for this is the one previous to this, just part 10 classes, and of course I'm typing up some code, and so I'm gonna head into arrays, more on their initialization, and the work in with using the strings class to initialize a character array relatively easily. Anyway, constructors, I forgot that it doesn't specify a return type. That was my big mistake. Well, that and misspelling the name of my own class. So anyway, more on default constructors as well, because I went on ahead and just stared at that Java language specification for a little bit until I was like, oh, right. I'd completely forgotten about that. So the part where I messed up, the constructor parameter. Okay, yeah. So let's go into this. So I've already got JMonkey Engine up and running from last time, and I'm taking it from the spot where I'd done this initially with this howdy. Okay, and the cool thing is I could just say um, instead of all this, which is setting it one character at a time, I can also have done this. And let's see if it'll work right here. Because I know on initialization it does, so let's just go. Do 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 do. I'd forgotten. And this is one of the basics, and I was like, I know it's that squiggly brace, but uh, and D and complete it. Oh, okay. So it's already yeah, illegal started. So that's definitely not allowed. Yeah, right. Gotcha. However, because this is an initialization statement, I can do this. Instead of new car 5, because this is an initialization, bam. Oh, don't need the equals. Now this is legit because I am declaring it and initializing it. Oh, that's an empty statement. Don't need that. All right. So yeah, that works here when we're creating it. So, bloop, there it is. Howdy, properly initialized and everything. And now these set the values at the very first, because obviously if I get rid of these, then bang. So instead of doing this, let's go ahead and go into constructors. Now this was one way to do an array. And the proper way to do a constructor, of course, you'll want the same scope as your class, because believe it or not, this is the constructor right here. And to say this, all this stuff, is just pretty much to go like this. Public, same name as your class, right? And it is a method. And of course, this doesn't take any arguments, so this won't take any arguments. All right. And bada boom, bada bing. There we are. And uh, what I would then do is go like, see, I can go ahead. Now, I need to leave a static this, because this is when you create a new instance of the class. I can go ahead and go right here. And I do not want their declarations. I want like this stuff here. Now we know that this won't be valid here because this is not the declaration. This is initializing the values. See, that won't work. However, what I can do is if I want to do like a real quick, instead of that completely workable and using the index. Yeesh. Wait, I wonder. Just wondering. From 0? Will that work? No, not from 0, because that's an individual value. That's why arrays are cool, but you got to work with them one number at a time after they've been declared. So, let's say, let's make a string, and this is a local variable that I'm creating for this method, and we'll call it temp string. And I will set that equal to, of course I can always do the same thing, temp string, well, like I can, well, let's just do it as a like car temp car array equals, and then I can do it like this. Alright, and then just say set it equal to oh, temp. Alright. Okay, see, like I can do that, and then I'll go ahead and just change this to 3. Just to show what's up with that. Alright, and delete that. Okay, so of course I've already set my static here, and yeah, there we go. So when we press play, you know, this is now 3. Okay, but here we set it equal to 5. Huh? What? But yeah, howdy's still there, like that, even though it's not down here. So, and it's not up here. Like if I wanted to show the well, let's just go like this. Soupy. All right, and of course it's still howdy because, you know, it's initialized correctly. Now, the cool thing is that this static, whatever static gets initialized before this even gets initialized. So if I were to take like this statement right here, which is our static, and I put it here right after we initialize, you know, create a new instance, guess what? It's shared between all versions. So whenever you initialize, you know, and this is a blank constructor, so it goes to this blank constructor. Guess what? There it equals 3. Oh, here it equals 5. Bam. There you go. So yeah, static. This value is shared between all the classes of or instances of beginner Java. And of course, whenever you initialize, you can change up that value. Of course, really wouldn't recommend it, but hey, that's legitimate nature right there. So if I were to like get rid of this, because we got howdy here, because I initialize it up here, bloop, and yes, I know you're not being used now. Up, now it's soupy, because yeah. So yeah, this overrides this. This happens before, because you know it's part of that static nature, and so that's done. And then of course the new values are set here. So yeah, go figure. It's part static because they take the blueprints for this, even with these values, and put it up into memory. And then when you create a new instance, well, that new instance is created with the new values. And so rather than being blank, here we are. Bloop. Now it's blank. Whoa. Woohoo! Right. There. That was what I meant to do. Okay. Yes, I know. You got some bad stuff. That's cool. I mean, no, it's not cool, but yeah, it's nice to see that you're quite able to mess up stuff like that. Ugh. All right, there we go. And howdy. So, oh, right, because I have here, but then I was going to show without that and without that. Okay, so press play. Boop. Yeah, null. So my car array was never initialized. So, bang. Null pointer exception. It just doesn't exist. Of course, now if I were to just go like equals new car, and then like we're gonna have one. That'll fix it because now it's not a null pointer, but it is a null character in there. So, yep, yeah, there we go. All right. Where was I going? Oh, I was going all over the place. That's where I was going. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and undo all of this. Go that, soupy, howdy, great. And now, oh yeah, strings. Yeah, it's going to show how you can do it like this. Another way you can do it is string class. Or temp string. There we go. Temp string, and that'll equal howdy. So now we have a string, right? Well, what we can do is one of the string functions is that you can pretty much easily convert it to a character array. You just say two-car array right there, and howdy. Howdy dar. So there you are. Okay, so now constructors. The reason that they're constructors is sometimes you might want to send in a value. Like let's say, and this has to do with the constructor parameter, because we've got a blank one with no parameters sent. Like here we have one, here we have one. So let's throw in a couple of parameters. So public beginner Java. Now we're going to change it up. Let's see. Let's change around my car or car, and I'm gonna give it a lowercase because this is a local. And oh, let's fix the car array too. And that would be my car. All right, and I'm giving them names similar to, but not the same. But right, derp. There. Okay. Now that'll work out. So what I can do is, if I want to use all these values right here, yeah, so I can just this, yeah. So that'll set my int to 5. That'll set this character. It'll actually set it to howdy thar, right? But since this is the first statement, and of course the fully qualified name would be this and this and beginner java.myint. All right, so here's more of those fully qualified names, or, that'll give it the full scope. So, and if I really want to be a pain in the butt about it, I can go beginner Java package, and there we go. So yeah, fully qualified names, yay. And you know what? Just to keep clear about things, let's make this public. Public and public, so that anybody who uses this package can then see these and use these and have fun with it. Okay, So let's go with, oh, right. So this and this, as you can see right here, notice it matches up with this one. Because this, without any parameters, matches up with this one without any parameters. So let's see here. Then we'll go this dot my car, right? Oh, there we are. And this my, well, it's the second one. Boop. All right, so what I just said is, A, I'm going to use all this code. If I wanted to set different values, I could just get rid of this. But anyway. Oh, right. No. Show them how that works. Okay, so let's give it an int. 2. All right, and then I wonder if this will work here. Probably not. We'll make it a very, very short example if this notation doesn't work. Beep. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's do this. Before we call that, let's just make a. Let's use the string notation. That's easier. Equals. Hello. All right, and terminate there, and then I can just use that here. So I go 2 and temp string dot toCare. Oh, you don't want me to use that? Seriously? So, cannot use a method in there for an expression. I wonder, can I circle it off? Oh, no, not allowed. Okay, so, alright, fine. Oh, wait. Right. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. The auto-fixer auto-fixed it. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. So I will need a temporary. So let's go. And that will equal no, temp string. Wait, what do you mean you couldn't find it? Temp string dot toCare. There we go. And then I can just say temp car array. Ooh. Oh, you don't like that, do you? Seriously. That is interesting. So, my begin J, beginner Java. No suitable. My car array. Oh, int. Oh, duh. Car. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I is being a doofy butt. Why? I wonder. Let's see. I just. temp string to car array. Yeah, that works. I didn't check my error message. Oh. Yeesh. Boy, talk about going down some levels. I just got some dork points right there. Alright, so anyway, yeah. And of course our dollar sign turns to a Y. And, hello? So yeah, it actually does all this stuff here first. And if I were to delete this, right, because it was a dollar sign, of course I'm like saying, hey, this doesn't really matter, but you know, just showing you, just showing. All right, so, all right, got rid of that. Play it. It's a dollar sign again because it runs this first, which is that. And if I were to have like a place where I could do 3, then you know I could just set public, and I'll go ahead and do it. Well, let's go int my int car, my car, and car, my car array. All right. And then I can go this my car, send that on through, and my car array. And boop. Now, there it is. That points at that, and that points at that. And so all I have to do is worry about my int. Well, it would be, I can just say my int equals my int. Boop. And of course, the fully qualified name would be that, you know, beginner Java type thing. And there we go. Now, this is a signature, and the order is also part of the play, because if I were to go public beginner Java car, my car int my int. Now I'm swapping 2 of them. But because I'm swapping 2 of them, and this is just an experiment from me to myself, but y'all are there witnessing, because I'm learning partially. Yeah, hey, that's valid, because these 2 have switched, so it makes a different method signature. And so that it's stored separately. And I'm not even going to refer to any of this. All right, I'm just going to say, let's see, like this dot, yep, my car equals my car, and this dot int, or my int equals my int, and oh, well, I guess I could refer to it in a dynamic context or a static context. It's probably griping at me. Yeah, accessing static field. So, hey guys, this is going to access the static field? Yeah, I know. Let's tell them, yes, we know that we are accessing a static field. There we are. And this dot my car array equals my Yeah, so as you can see, that's why I tend to keep my first uh, letter as lowercase when I'm talking about local variables, and versus uppercase for class variables. So that way, on my constructors, I can uh, get it solved out. Now, all right, so this is what we've got right now. Now let's start with the first one. Let's go with one modulus. Yeah, and temp string to car array. So now this matches up with this one right here, which is int first, and what it does is it passes these two for this one to this one. So this is a pass-through, and you have to make sure to do it sequentially if you're going to do it sequentially out here. And you just got to keep your order in mind. So yeah, one, woohoo, hello, right, because it's hello here. And now, now let's use the second one, all right, and character first, then integer. So if I were to go character first, ampersand, why not? And then 7. All right. Now, when we go to this one, look, it highlights the character and not this one because now the order is this, and so it recognizes this signature. See? That's how that works. All right, so we got 7, woohoo. Oh, wait, did I have? Yeah, I have an and. Oh, I could have made it a question mark. Or, no, let's make it a star. Star. Yeah, I like stars. Okay. Now, to show you, hey, this is different from this, let us make my int not even attached. Let's go. Let's just delete it. Yeah. Well, let's just do it like that. All right. So now I've gotten rid of it. So int just doesn't really matter anymore. So guess what? Boom. It's default value of 3, which is set here. So yeah, this is kind of how method signatures. Of course, when I go into methods, I'll go into more on method signatures, and I'll just go ahead and get rid of this because this can confuzzle the issue, especially with the way that I've named it. But this is definitely showing you how constructors work. They just don't have that void or int. There's no return type for this because it's constructor, and that's how you can tell a constructor. It's named exactly the same name as the class, and that's why the parentheses are used a lot of times to come on, start up a class. All right, so got rid of that, and that needs to be swapped with that. Okay, cool. All right, so I think I've covered constructors. It's important that they have the same access as their top class. So if you have a class within this class, then of course, all right, on the package level, you're only allowed public or default. You're not allowed private and protected because obviously a private class in a package would not be accessible by anybody. So it would be pointless. That's why it's not allowed. Ditto with protected because that's meant for children. So there's no children of a package. There is children of a class. So private and protected. So classes within this, you can have private constructors, private stuff like that, and you'd have to have some function that called these constructors. So that's just a big old mess as far as that goes. So watch out for when I do class inheritance. Was there anything else I needed to talk about? Exception parameter? Yeah, the try-catch block. It has to do with throws, and there's a throw. So not really going to worry about that at the moment. And just re-clarify on local variable. Hey, local variable. This definition right here, this is for inside of a method. There you go. Or even then, inside of an if block, or well, not if block, like a loop block. Yeah, like that for loop that int I, that's a local as well, and it's getting rid of outside of that block. So yeah, local variable. The moment it exits that current block of code, boom, done. That's it. All right. So that actually wraps up what I needed to cover, and I got my corrections in. So I is a happy monkey. So I'm using JMonkey Engine. I'm using Java. My name's Charles Anderson, indie game developer. My project's Idiog. I've got an email. I've got a Twitter, and I make mistakes, but you know what? It just lets me fix them. And y'all have a good